Hey, I'm thinking about moving to Richmond. Do you know of any walkable neighborhoods? Oh yeah, there's tons of walkable neighborhoods. Carytown, the Fan, the Museum District, Churchill. I'm actually from Richmond. I could show you around if you want. That'd be great. All right, let's go. Oh, like now. One of my favorite things about Richmond is how walkable it is. Whether walkability to you is walking to work or walking to restaurants and great coffee shops, or maybe it's walking to running trails and the river, there's definitely a neighborhood for you. Today we're going to break down Richmond's 5 most walkable neighborhoods, so if walkability is important to you, come along. So I guess firstly, what does it mean to be walkable? Today we're going to use walkscore.com to set that benchmark and narrow down the neighborhoods that we're going to go see. Today we're going to start in Carytown and the Museum District. They're right next to each other, so I'm kind of lumping them together for the purpose of this tour. Carytown comes in with a walk score of 94. Carytown runs from Interstate 195 down to Boulevard, and the entire length is a great mix of small businesses, restaurants, and coffee shops, almost all of them being local. At the very top of Carytown, you have 4 grocery stores, Elwood Thompson's being one of them, which is a favorite of mine. They have great smoothies and a juice bar, and they focus heavily on locally sourced produce and organic foods. You also have a new development, the Carytown Exchange, which is home to some great chain restaurants and workout studios. Carytown has a great mix of price points as far as real estate goes. You have bungalows built in the 1920s all the way up to new construction and newer apartment complexes. And I think my favorite thing about the neighborhood is its proximity to so many other neighborhoods and their amenities. You're a stone's throw from the tennis courts off Boulevard, the running trails in the Maymont area, and lots of other neighborhoods like the Museum District, Malvern Gardens, and Randolph. So if you couldn't find a house you love in Carytown, there are tons of neighborhoods nearby to choose from. So I'm taking you now to the Fan District, which is probably one of Richmond's most well-known walkable neighborhoods, and it comes in with a walk score of 93. The Fan is this one area from Boulevard down to Harrison Street and from Broad Street over to Cary. You have several main areas of local businesses, restaurants, and coffee shops, like on Main Street and Robinson, and then along Boulevard and Broad Street you have the museums. But what I think are the 2 main reasons people love this neighborhood the most is the proximity. I mean, you are right in the middle of everything, and the side streets. These little offshoots with mom and pop shops give this neighborhood that real communal feel of city living. You know, the barista that knows your name, the pizza place you go every Friday night. So let's talk about real estate here because I love the homes in this area. Again, you have a mix of larger and smaller historic row homes, teardowns, and condos. And what I love is that they're all so unique. No one street looks the same. And you also have Monument Avenue, which is where you'll find much of the larger estates within the city limits. A couple of other notable features of the Fan are the pocket parks, which are great if you have kiddos, the proximity to Whole Foods, which is walkable from most of the Fan, and the great sense of community. The people that live here want to support local, they want to help each other out, and they want to find that sense of community that so many people are looking for when they relocate. Next up on our list is Jackson Ward with a walk score of 95. If you're looking for that hip, cool downtown vibe, Jackson Ward might be for you. This neighborhood is in the heart of the city with great proximity to some of Richmond's hottest restaurants, art galleries, co-working spaces, and VCU. One of the things I love about this area of town is the murals. For those that don't know, Richmond has a huge art scene. VCU is actually one of the best art schools in the country, so these murals are really encouraged in this part of town to be loud and fun, which really sets this area apart from so many other neighborhoods in town. From a real estate perspective, there's lots of apartment buildings you could live in, but you also have a residential district as well. These are mostly historic homes built in the late 1870s through the 1900s, as well as some historic buildings that have been turned into condos. Monroe Ward, Carver, and VCU also scored high with walk scores, but I really feel like that's due to student housing increasing the density, and there's just less housing for non-students there. So next up on the list is Churchill. I might be a little biased because this is where we live, but it is truly one of my favorite neighborhoods. Churchill only has a walk score of 82, which is surprising, and I think that's due to density. What makes Churchill so unique is that there are larger lot sizes and walkability. I call it the city burbs. You have an amazing amount of things to walk to, some of Richmond's most notable restaurants, coffee shops, gyms, historic landmarks, parks, and if you don't mind a bit of a longer walk, you're incredibly close to the river and the Capitol Trail. Down here you'll find running trails, kayaking, fishing, a brand new nature center, as well as a marina with available boat slips. As far as real estate goes, you have condos and new construction homes, as well as historical homes and apartments. So I think where Churchill really wins is the large lot sizes and the proximity to the river. I mean, you really just can't beat it. So next up on the list, we're headed to West Hampton, also known as the Libby Grove area. This area is a little further down on the Walkability walk score list, but I think there's a ton of stuff to walk to, and this is one of Richmond's most sought after neighborhoods. It's a little further west than the other walkable neighborhoods and is notably the last neighborhood before you truly get into the suburbs. But what makes this neighborhood so great is the caliber of restaurants and shops to walk to. You have some of the best shopping in town between Nellie George and Peter Blair and Pallet Home. Grit Coffee is probably my favorite coffee shop, and there are great markets to grab a bottle of wine, fresh flowers, or pre-made food from. Not to mention the restaurants here are fabulous. Now, let's talk about the real estate. These homes sell anywhere between $395,000 all the way up to $9 million. They're mostly single-family homes with large backyards, but you have a couple of newer condo communities as well. Other notable aspects of this neighborhood is the walkability to several private schools, as well as the proximity to the Country Club of Virginia, also known as CCV or the Club. The Club has tennis courts, multiple pools, kids programming, dining, of course golf, pickleball, and so many other amenities that it would take me forever to list. So those are Richmond's most walkable neighborhoods. If you have a favorite, or maybe I forgot one, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. And if you're looking to buy or sell real estate in Richmond or any of the surrounding areas, my team and I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. Please reach out using the contact link below or give us a call, text, or email, and we'll catch you on the next video.